It's been little over a week since we did Virtual's walkthrough platform together, and let me tell you, a lot of things have changed with Virtuals and a lot of updates on vader. Before we begin today, I have to say that I am not a financial advisor, and whatever I share with you that I did is just simply my strategy. And before you invest any money, you have to make sure to do your own research. You remember what we learned in the first video? Whenever you have any financial investment, you have to make sure that you made decision yourself. Hi, I'm Vana, and I make crypto make sense. If you haven't watched the full Virtuals walkthrough, I highly suggest you still watch this video and then come back to this one. I'm not going to go through the whole walkthrough, I'm only going to show you today what has changed. Everything else, consider it remains the same. If you go to Virtuals, well, of course, I want to flex my points. I made a lot of points since last week, and I will tell you what happened and how. The biggest change has happened with a portfolio dashboard. I'm gonna take you through this really quickly, and then we will go through all the updates that happened since last video. If you remember, there was a couple of more tabs here. So you had your portfolio, and then you had your Genesis launches. You didn't have an airdrop tab, so this is something new. I'm gonna go back to that. And there was a staking tab that is now removed. The way we claim Genesis launches also changed. So let's begin here. So your portfolio now shows multiple things. And I really like that it's all in one place rather than having to go to different places and multiple tabs. You just need to get used to it. So here you can see total amount of any token that you have. We're talking of Virtuals right now. And then I've staked 50 Virtuals. I have wallet balance of this, which means that part of my Virtuals is staked. And then this is the total amount. This is the wallet balance that is not staked. If I click stake, I can stake the remaining balance. With different tokens, the staking looks a bit different from Virtuals. So here to unstake my Virtuals, I have to go to Virtuals page and click unstake here. But I locked it, so I can't unstake it, but it would be here. It wouldn't be on the portfolio page. On other Genesis launches I participated, I will show you right here. I participated in Iris and Backroom. I skipped baiby, and I will show you what happened with them as well as baiby. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that well. So here I can see the initial meaning what is my Genesis launch. I have 4.7k tokens, and airdrop is showing here 424. In my opinion, this tab is completely unnecessary unless the airdrop shows here as well. I'm going to scroll down, and I think it does, so this tab, you practically don't need it. So here, same as Virtuals, you can see the total amount, and you can see that here I haven't staked it, but I can stake directly on this page, which is really nice. I, for example, staked Nico. So you can see here option to unstake. I already unstaked this, and there is option now to restake, and also how many days it takes, which is really cool because if you have a staked position, it will show here, unstaked position show here, so you don't need another extra tab. Let's go down. So here you can see all the tokens, and I really like that under Genesis tokens it's written Genesis launch. Genesis, you see Swarm is the airdrop that I received from vader. I'm gonna go into that in a moment. But it's not part of a Genesis launch. What it means that if I sell this one, I won't get into a cooldown. I received some airdrop of baiby, of robot, Primo AI, Oracle, and Wake AI was also part of vader airdrop. So as I said previously, having an airdrop page, yeah, you can clearly see all of your airdrops in one, which it's not that bad, but you can still see them here. So I can see how much I got in Iris. I can see even the ones that I haven't participated, like I skipped baiby and I got still 253. This is the airdrop for staking Virtuals and staking vader. I believe this is for staking Virtuals only. And for staking vader, I received Wake AI and Swarm. Other update, so you used to have a Genesis launch claim here before. So there was a Genesis launch tab and you were claiming here. Now the claim happens within the token page itself. And I really like that you can now click on the token. That has been bugging me a lot previously, that I wasn't able to click on this and go into the room and see the chart. I had to go to the AI agents page, search for room, and then it was really complicated. So here you can swap, bridge, and stake as well. Claim page is gone because I already claimed, but once the claim is available and the Genesis launch has been finalized, you can see here claim your tokens, which is really good. The only thing with this new change that I don't really like, when you're pledging a token, let me show you in a moment. For example, I wanna subscribe to this one. If you remember what happened before and how it was previously, like here I wanna pledge max, I won't really do it, but I just wanna show you. It takes a bit to load. Yesterday I was pledging room and I put around 33k points. I didn't want to pledge all. I was really thinking, should I not? And honestly, I'm really glad I didn't. The launch was, I cannot say completely failure, but it was a failure of what I expected. But why I came to this page is to show you that there is no more suggested virtual to commit. It doesn't work. Usually before, you were able to see how much it's suggested to pledge. It does say 566 here because this is not oversubscribed. But yesterday for room, it was oversubscribed almost 2000% and there wasn't a suggested virtual to pledge. I did like this feature because I didn't have to overpledge. Obviously, you will get still a refund, but why would you put like 10, 15 virtuals if you can just put like 1 or 2 and then you have to wait for a refund which doesn't come maybe the same day, maybe comes tomorrow. This is one of the things that changed that I don't like, but current dashboard is quite interesting and I like that it shows the total staked value here and the total value here, which is pretty cute, and then everything is accessible from one place. Since last video there was 3 major launches. One of them was baiby, which I missed and I don't regret it at all. As you can see, the price has gone significantly down and there has been one thing that is happening lately a lot. That's why many people are wondering whether this Ponzi is over. Whether you want to call it a Ponzi or not, there is big whales who staked a lot of virtuals and they are participating in these launches, and as it seems, these charts, they might be dumping. The charts look pretty similar. There was a lot of hype about Iris being the first agent. It doesn't seem that okay. Being the first agent on Ethereum, and it went quite well, to be honest. I was in profit around $400 and I invested. I decided not to JIT, to hold. I didn't stake it, but yeah, here I am. Now it's worth $100. And the one that I did yesterday was room. As I said, I was happy that I didn't put it all. So what happened? It went to 5 million, then it went to below 2 million actually. And then it started to climb up overnight, which was unexpected. I thought like it failed and that's it. But I entered this morning and I saw that I'm having $50. But if we go back to here, I will tell you. So this was worth $420. This is now worth $80, which is not bad. I invested 33,000 points. One thing I don't like about this one is that you cannot see how much virtuals you pledged. So I do like that there is still possibility to see this, not on the main page. One thing, if you think about it, I invested three virtuals, which is around $9, and I have $80. So it's still a 10x, but then it comes to a question, how much do you value your points and your time that you invested and money that you invested to gain these points? I will head back to here just to give you an idea. So this was $420 and now it's $90. This is just a yesterday launch, so it's still pretty okay. This one is an OG launch, so it's pretty stable. I invested around $20, so it's a little bit less than that. This was $50, $60, now it's 10. Solus. My pronunciation is on another level today. This was $60, $70, Sia as well. Magnus was around $30. So my point is that everything has gone down significantly, and question is whether the whales are getting out and whether this is over. I'm not speculating, I'm not fudding anything. It's just me thinking out loud because I also invested money into this. So it's just me sharing my honest opinions, thoughts, and just what is going on here. Next up, we are going to Vader. A lot of things, even more things have happened with Vader. If you remember, in the last video, we were just registering for Vader Yapping program. To participate in Vader Yapper program, you had to stake minimum of 10k Vader for 360 days. You had to connect your X account and join on their launchpad that looked completely different than this. Just last night, they launched the leaderboard. So here you can see top 100. And I entered this morning and had to join again. which is quite strange. I was already joined, I was getting really good points. So the reason I made first time 100k virgin points on virtuals is partially because of this, and also I increased a lot how much of yapping points I'm getting on virtuals. The top one I got in one day was 33k, which was amazing. Not to stray from the topic, so there was a lot of things. I just want to say them in order as they happen, so you understand what's going on currently with Vader. A week ago or so, Vader Yapper program started, and a lot of people were getting a lot of points. I can say that I got quite a good number. I can't say really a lot comparing to what I saw on X. Some people were getting 500,000 and even more. Obviously, there is something that you need to take into consideration, like to be eligible. They shared what is the formula of how they're distributing these points, and that's something that I didn't mention before. So what is relevant is not only staking and yapping. You have to take in consideration your Kaito yaps. So people who have more Kaito yaps and they have a higher yapper score on Kaito will receive more points. They also shared that 35% of this formula is containing of Arbus score. That's something that was, again, never mentioned before. When I checked, Arbus score is something that is given to people who stake their token, 100k minimum, to be eligible to use this platform. And post-evaluator agent score is 30%. So let's say you don't have this and it's 0, and you have a low yapper score, you just like made a new account, you will be only getting post-evaluator agent score, which is practically very less. Recently after this, they have announced that only because a lot of people stake Vader, and Vader price really has gone up since their yapping program has started. They announced that only first 1,000 yappers, like on the leaderboard, will be eligible to get rewards. I personally thought that's really unfair, because you should have clarified all these things before you started the program, so people would think whether it's worth or not staking. Again, I'm not fighting, I'm just expressing my opinion, and just because I staked my Vader and I still believe in this project doesn't mean that I am not able to be dissatisfied with some decisions or messages shared. After they shared this, we weren't able to see, and we still aren't able to see. Like if I go back here, I can see now top 100, but I don't have a rank for some reason, and there is no daily weight. Daily weight means how much you're part of the mindshare. But what happened is, since I'm already with yapping, let me finish with yapping and then I will share other updates. 2 days ago, Vader Research shared that those who mention Vader, Vader AI, Vader Research in the posts that have a cash tag of some other token, which I was doing previously, and it didn't matter, but it seems that for being eligible to earn Vader Yapper points, you can't cash tag any other token, including the one that they airdrop. So what happened is, after they announced this, I wrote a nice update post about their airdrops, and I wrote that we got swarms and Wake AI, and I used the cash tag. Since that I didn't read this post properly, I understood that you can use the cash tags of the tokens related to them. But last 2 days, I got 0 yapping points. I made a video of updates, I made a post, yesterday I made a post. So 2 days in a row, I'm getting 0. I stopped using cash tags for yesterday, and yesterday was the first day that I didn't use any other hashtags, neither mentions of other projects. So you're not allowed to mention Kaito AI, to mention any other projects. They said that Virgin hashtag is okay, but if I was you, I would completely avoid using any other hashtags apart from Vader in the same post, and not tagging any projects, neither virtual. You can. They said you can tag virtuals and Virgin, but just to be on the safe side, I wouldn't do that neither. You can see here that I complained that I didn't get any points. I can invest, and I did invest. I invested, of course, some people invested a lot more, but everybody for themselves. I invested to stake 10k. I invested my time and efforts to share, and to be honest, last 2 days hasn't been really pleasant. I was getting a lot of points on, I will show you here. I mean, I'm pretty much done with this page, so I'm just gonna head back to virtuals. Yeah, when Vader started, it was going pretty well. So my regular points for staking Vader are around 496 since I staked 10k Vader. And then the first day of yapping, I got a little bit extra. The second day, I got a little bit extra. Third day, I got more. So I was getting more and more. And then I was getting a little bit less, a little bit less. And then here I got 605. And yesterday I got 616. In my opinion, this is all from staking. Maybe staking points have increased. And not only me, this happened to a couple of people I saw on X that they did not get any points from yapping. I don't know whether I fall below 1000 on the leaderboard. That might have been the case. But enough about me. Let's move forward. What happened? Right after a couple of days of yapping, they posted something really interesting. They said all people who stake at 10K and above of Vader, if they meet the team at any events or anywhere, they will get free Virgin cap. And if you have a 40K or more, stake it for 12 months, you can get it shipped to your address. So I'm really hoping to meet them at some of the future events and get that cap for myself. Just 3 days ago, the first airdrop has dropped for Vader yappers and stakers, and there was no need for claiming. It just dropped to my wallet. I was actually making lunch and I was like, what is this? What is this dropping into my wallet? Because it was couple transactions. It wasn't just like one transaction. It was like little amounts, and I thought it's a scam. But then I saw this post and I realized that they dropped it in a couple of transactions. I received Swarm and VKI in total value of $5, which is 10% of what I staked. Not that bad. Moving forward, there will be airdrops distributed directly to the wallet each Monday. They have made a schedule which I never seen airdrops organized before, and I really like it. So it will show you in June which tokens you will get. So I got Swarm and VKI this Monday. Probably next Monday it will be one of these or all of them. I'm not sure because there is like 1 week left in June, so probably all 3 of them. Then you have schedule even up until March 2026. So you can scroll through here and see which tokens they will get. This is practically airdrop vesting, which is very interesting. I really approve organized things. The only thing about this airdrop, the amount you will receive, it will depend on your yapping points and your staking. So if you unstake, you will get less. If your yapping is less or you're not yapping, you will receive less. Obviously, if you remember previously, I shared that stakers will receive 80% of the airdrop and yappers 20%. So stakers have the higher value or bigger take. If you do both, you might receive 100% allocation. Of course, it depends if there is somebody like those people who were getting 600K points, they will receive more airdrop than you because they stake it more. Another useful tool here is a location calculator. So yesterday I was thinking, should I stake 100K? Should I stake 30K? What should I do? And I was like, okay, let me do 333 angel numbers. And room was oversubscribed 550 million, a little bit more than that. And here it was showing if it reaches 25 million market cap, how much would I get? There is not less than 25 million, but in reality you can just divide it by 5. So if you have 550 here and you divide it by 5, you will receive around $50, and that's approximately amount I received. I actually received more than that, but it's just an estimate to understand how much value in dollar you will receive based on the market cap and based on the total Virgin points pledged for that token, for that Genesis launch. Other than that, there is something legacy staking here that I'm trying to poke and see what it is. It's called Vader Fun. They still haven't shared anything about this. They're pretty silent, and that's like another place to stake Vader. I can't share more at this time, but I will definitely share once I know what it is about. Here you can see what I just said, methodology of giving airdrops. Airdrops for the week are determined based on Vader staking score and Vader yapping score during the past week. So 1 week you might get less, next week you get more, depends. So we take one snapshot every day during the past week. Example, if you only stake it for 2 days during the past week, you will earn 2/7 of your weight. And the same applies for yapping. So if you're not yapping every day, you will get less. I'll go back to this. I will say be careful. Don't mention in the comments, don't mention in your post any other projects rather than Vader. If you do, you will not be eligible for any vader yapping points, and then don't come back and cry about it like I did. And I will finish this video by reminding you that the leaderboard is live. I would still love to see 1,000 people leaderboard, just because they say if you are not on 1,000 leaderboard, you will not be eligible for points. And this would be really useful to understand whether you are or you are not on the leaderboard and what's going on. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it interesting, if I made you laugh even once, make sure to give me a follow and I will make sure it's worth your time. See you in the next video.